So I just had a ridiculous time trying to get here, but I finally made it to the Iron Bridge trailhead here at the Midewin National Tallgrass Prairie, I think is what it's called. So right over there is State Highway 53, and it is actually just a busy highway, and if you go up and down on it, I mean, from what I saw, you could actually see crops. So there's still, at least it appears to be a lot of private land here. But this is nice right here. I like this. You got a field to the right, which is just wild. Anyway, the way to get here, it took me forever. I had to go from Brianna's place to a local train, or a CTA train. Then I went to a Metro, but the Metro train I just missed. So I thought it might be a good idea to walk down to the next station and try to make it to the next train there, because it was actually passing the station I was at. So started to do that, and it was kind of a sketchy area. So it ended up obviously being a lot farther than I thought, and I didn't make it in time, but I ended up getting on a bus and going all the way down, and I had to still wait for the train that I would have gotten on to begin with anyway. But I think it did save me a little bit of money, maybe, or maybe I broke even or something. So anyway, here we are finally, and oh yeah, well, then I had to take Metro all the way down to Joliet, and then Joliet I had to get a cab. I had to wait 10-15 minutes for the guy, but it seems like he was a nice guy and everything, helped me out. So anyway, here we are. See what it's all about. Looks like here that they've put weed killer and kind of chopped some stuff down, and I think it's a little too far back to be just cutting, trimming down the trail. Looks to me like potentially they are they had some weed or maybe even sunflower seeds that may have been planted, and that they're having to remove it now. So that was interesting. Not exactly something you would expect to see in a national tallgrass prairie, which this is the only national tallgrass prairie, but something that we might not expect to see in a protected land like this. But this is, looks to me like an old train bridge, and now you can see that it goes over Illinois 53, I believe. And this is a busy road. I mean, it's going north and south, you know, through the prairie here. And there are no entering and exit signs, and I'd be surprised if anybody actually on the road knew that they were going through the prairie. But it is pretty neat, this old train bridge. I don't think I've ever been on a train bridge before, at least not one like this. So, keep walking. On this side, actually, there's a lot more open areas. In fact, I think pretty much this whole side is open to the public. So we'll see how it is. Maybe I can do some off-trail exploring a little bit. And my hotel is down that way somewhere, so down to the southwest. Let's see how this goes. I mean, I've still got plenty of hours of daylight, so. Just walked from there, from the trail over there to here, and then I realized that there's a trail here. So I wanted to see what this wood thing was. You can still hear the road very well. It's very annoying. You can see the bunkers over there. Wow. Fascinating. From here you can actually see the bunkers in the distance, but it looks like it's on the other side of the property marker. So even though it, I guess, is part of the prairie, we're not supposed to go there. It doesn't say, well, maybe not. There's the sign for that. And it goes that way. But I guess this is the trail marker up ahead. So, but I'm going to try to come back here tomorrow. I want to see it now, but I'm going to have to try to come back tomorrow. I'm going to have to go back to the trail, make sure we get down south enough time to make it to the hotel. So, anyway, back where I came from. Yeah, it's raining kind of picked up a little bit of wind. You can see it falling sideways, but still good enough. You know, I mean, the rain's not going to stop me. It can't stop me at this point. You know, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, yeah, great scenery. I mean, as one can expect, it is a lot of the same thing, just grass. But there's some, they kind of changed it up a little bit here. And you can still hear the highway. I've heard it ever since I got out of that cab. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to do. You know, I can't feel secluded in any of this. I've put on music, actually, because I can't stand to listen to the highway. So, anyway, we will see how this goes. I'm not exactly sure where I am on the trail. It's about 3 o'clock now. Took about a half an hour detour off to one of the other trailheads earlier. Yeah, so I've probably been hiking for about 2.5 hours as far as staying on this one trail. And I would say that would probably put me at being about 2/3 of the way done. So we will see how much farther I got. Probably not too much farther. And then I think I'm going to loop back around on one of the smaller trails and then follow the creek bed to the river, and then the river to the bridge to the hotel. So, yep, let's see how it goes. It's really, I don't know if it's probably just a puddle within the creek, but it doesn't look like it's moving. But it does continue over there. Oh, I guess it's coming from that way here. Huh. Different than I would have thought. But that is one thing I was considering. I assumed that I think it's the Kankakee River. I assumed it was flowing south. But maybe it's flowing north. Although that wouldn't make much sense. It could, though. I don't know. I'm just basing my comment on the fact that I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that creek connect anywhere else except for that part of the, yeah, no, the creek cannot originate at the river. It would have to originate elsewhere and go to the river. So yes, it does flow south. Anyway, there is a obvious farm there. Don't think that's public land. Okay, so I'm actually going south right now. Well, kind of. So south-southwest. For it to be the seed beds, it'd have to be south of me. Obviously, it's not south. And north is actually, I think it was, yeah, that was directly west. So that means I still haven't even looped around. So I actually still have a lot more than I thought I did. Anyway. From what I just read on the map that I picked up at the bunker trailhead, this is actually 500 acres of restored prairie, tallgrass prairie. So this, I guess, is maybe what they're shooting for it all to look like eventually. This part over here still looks mostly like the rest of them. But this is, I think, the edge of the tallgrass prairie that they've redone. Pretty sure these are my footprints from the other day. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, cute, deshimatta. Today I've got the sticks, so get these little notches. Yeah, today I'm trying to do like 16 miles or more. It's kind of ridiculous, but doing it so I can save money on stupid tabs. First day I spent $65 on cabs, so but I didn't spend anything yesterday. Yesterday morning, a guy from a conservation officer actually gave me a ride to the trailhead, and that was helpful. And then yesterday night, I hiked across the Kankakee River, down the creek, and then over the river. Yeah, anyway. And then this morning I did the same thing. Got up really early and left about 6, so it's almost 8 now. It took me about an hour to get across the river and up the creek back to the trailhead. But now that I'm here, for now at least, the hardest part's over. Just concerned about trying to get to the bus stop I'm trying to go to later tonight, because I might have to cross 53, so see what happens. Prairie. Well, I thought this one was open because of the path to it and everything, but I get up to it, this latch is open, but the bottom latch is locked, so I can't get in. But this door is pretty cool. I mean, it's got the side hinges, of course, and then bottom and top locks with other hinges, so pretty tight. Just wonder how you would fare if you were locked in, huh? Anyway, there should be more that are actually open. I think one down to the east here is, but you couldn't even see it from the trail, so it's kind of pointless to even try to go to that one. But we'll see what we come up with here in a bit. This one, I think, is the one that's supposed to be open, and it is. It's not locked, but there's no way you can get that out. It's all rusted, and this would be rusted too. There's no way you could pull that out. So this would be great if this was post-apocalyptic and I found something, but right now I can't get in it. Finally, this is it. It's obviously open. It's pretty boring. Unfortunately, it looks like this area, well, I should first say that up until now, it has been probably the most beautiful that it has been the whole hike, all 3 days. But now we get to this point, we're pretty far east, and I can't even hear traffic at all. I feel very secluded. But now they're starting to cultivate, and although it looks like it's laying fallow this season, still, you know, there's not any grass planted here, so maybe they're going to be changing it in the future, but pretty mundane. But it does look nice. I mean, it is a good hike. I would definitely recommend it. wasn't going to take any pictures of these because they're kind of boring, but I just realized I've never been outside this close to them before, and you can actually hear the like electricity shocking something, I guess, somewhere. You can hear it. It's odd.